team here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Ambassador Real Estate Company. Every week we jump on here on Wednesdays and give a rundown of what's gone on in the real estate market over the last week. But first off, we'd like to give our quick tip of the day of the week. So this time of year, I kind of get a lot of questions or comments of, should we list the house now? Should we wait till spring? Or some people may be thinking of that and maybe not even contacting an agent. But in my opinion, let me adjust the camera a little bit. I think it's a great opportunity, to contact a real estate agent, someone here at Champions Real Estate Team, if you are thinking about selling your house in the spring or even now, before the holiday season. But what I really like for my clients is when they do call, and getting ready for the spring, we can have our stagers come out, get the house ready, get a good game plan. Like we say kind of every week is having a game plan when you're in the real estate process. But that way it alleviates the stress when it comes into spring. If you've had the stagers come out, have myself come out, walk through the house. If there's any little projects that you can get done over the winter months, that way when we get the house ready to go in the spring, it's not, oh my gosh, we got a month, we got a week, to get everything done. It just alleviates a lot of that stress and a lot of that emotion aspect out of it. But it's still a great time, to reach out to anyone here at our Champions Real Estate Team to get that ball rolling. So biggest thing, getting a game plan. Same thing on the flip side. If you're looking to buy a house, now's a great time, get in touch with the lender, and kind of get that ball rolling. If there's anything you need to clean up on your credit, anything of that sort to, try to get the best interest rate that we have that's out there. So right now, interest rates, Russ isn't able to join us today, but interest rates are kind of right around just below 7 or just below 8%. In that. So I was kind of taking a look at what's going on in the real estate market. So we'll take a look at the numbers here real quick. Let me pull that up and let me share that here just a second here. So as we look here, over the last 7 days, we've had 487 new listings go live in the Omaha Metro. Sorry about that. Gosh darn. 487 new listings come live over the last week. We've had 279 new contracts written and 347 happy homeowners over the last week. So that number, the new listings were down. I think we were at 540 last week. We were about 350, 360 on new contracts written. So we're seeing just a little bit of a decline. So I mean, that even though both of those numbers are still coming down, kind of relatively speaking in that manner, that's still telling us that there's still a lot of activity out there. Even though, if the buying activity was down and the new listings were going up, we're still seeing that competitive marketplace out there just based on the numbers alone in that realm. We're still seeing a lot of that with the, ticking up there close to that 8% interest rates. Buyers are kind of pulling back a little bit. Their buying power has been eaten away, over the last year. So for every 1% you go up or down on interest rate, it affects your purchasing power by about 10%. So, I mean, if we were at this time last year, about 5% interest rates, we've gone up 2%. So we lost 20% of your purchasing power. But I still don't think, as far as looking at the inventory in that manner, we still just don't have the inventory for the amount of buyers that are out there. And I think, when spring comes, I think still now, if you're able to pull the trigger on getting a house this fall, you're going to have less competition than I think, typically historically in the springtime, you see more buyers come to the market, regardless of what interest rates do. Everyone just tends to jump on the home buying bandwagon. More houses are out there. So, when I talk with my clients about, well, should we put the house on in the fall? There may not, we might be on the market a little bit longer, but you may get a more solid buyer that's really going to, want your house that's out there. And so you're not going to have as much, competition. So in regards to that. So, but let's take a look at the 30,000 foot view. Like I said, these numbers don't change too much from week to week, but it's still a good idea to have a good 30,000 foot view of what's going on. So we tipped over that 3,000 homes on the market in the Omaha and Lincoln MLS. So that's obviously, the big picture of the Omaha Lincoln that merged about a year or so ago. A little perspective. So when I got my license 15 years ago, we were at about 6,000 homes just in the Omaha MLS. So that's not including what Lincoln was. So we're still, inventory wise, we're still pretty low. When you break that down in the Omaha metro area, kind of that Douglas Sarpy County area, we're about 1,736 homes. Existing homes were 861. So that number at the beginning of the year was down to about 200, 250 of the existing homes in the Omaha metro area. So still, we're getting back to more of a healthy market, as far as numbers goes. Now, interest rates, the buying power has, shrunk a little bit for some of those buyers out there. So it's making it a little tougher to get into those homes. from a financial, monthly payment standpoint, but, the numbers out there as far as inventory has gone up a little bit. So you have a little bit more to choose from, spreading that out a little bit. New construction, up to that 875 months of inventory went down from last month, at the, 2.8 was at 3.0 months supply of inventory. So we're still in that seller's market. But like I said, if you're thinking of selling your house next month, next spring, anything to that sort, let's take a look at exactly what's going on in your neighborhood. Because this is, like I said, the 30,000 foot view. So, we would break it down. If your house is in that 400 to 500 price point, what's going on in that price point? What's going on in your neighborhood? And what are the comparable houses, competitive houses out there doing out there when you're wanting to sell that house? We don't want your house to be the bridesmaid. We want to be the bride. We want to put the house on the market, not so everyone compares you, goes, oh, well, this house is a little higher. Here's one that's a little bit lower, got a little bit more better. So let's go with this one. And then this house up here just becomes the bridesmaid. It's never getting married, so that's what we're looking for, when we're looking at those houses in there. So, it comes down to, you want to compete in the competition or just participate. So anyone that we're working here at Champions Real Estate Team, we want to make sure that you're competing in the competition, whether that's a buying side or on the selling side. We want you to be the belle of the ball, from a seller's perspective, and from a buyer's perspective, we want to get you that house, get that accepted contract at a fair price, and not overpaying for that house in regards to that standpoint of it. So, but as always, we're always happy to help. One event we do have coming up with Halloween coming up. So we do have I think this is our 8th annual pumpkin carving contest. So if you're carving a pumpkin or painting a pumpkin, I know with my kiddos, we're doing more the painting of the pumpkin. I got going to be 6-year-old, going to be 3-year-old, getting them around with knives and pumpkins and stuff. Probably not the wisest idea, but we're doing painting. So if you do, text it down here to my number, or you can email me. Oops, let me get my backwards here. If you have a pumpkin that you want to submit to it, I'm trying to create our event Facebook page on our Champions page. For whatever reason, technology is not working well for me today. But we'll have a Facebook event page. You can post it on there, or send it to me and I can post it on there. But we give away gift cards and all that kind of fun stuff. We have 2 separate age groups, 18 and under and 18 and over. And we try to do it, the best as we can as far as going out there and having fun with it. So. Yeah, so we have our pumpkin carving contest. So that'll be, I think, Halloween's next Tuesday, if I remember right, if I look right on the, what do we got here? Yeah, Tuesday. So it'll be on before our next video. So, but maybe on our video, we'll show some of the highlights of our pumpkin carving contest. So awesome, everybody. Great to chat with you. If you have any questions, comments, you want to get a game plan together for next spring. If it's kind of just even ticking in your mind, you're thinking we should sell, we should buy, give us a holler. We'll give you our insight, our input. Get a game plan, whether that's wait till the spring, wait till next year, jump on, get in the game, sooner than later before the holiday season when there's less buyers out there from a buyer's perspective, but still strong buyers. So we got to, coach you how to be a strong buyer. So anyways, have any questions? Happy to help. Mark Wehner, the second Champions Real Estate Team, 402-672-7670. Have a great Halloween. Stay safe out there, and we'll rock and roll next week. Take care.